with an oil blockade imposed by U.S. President Donald Trump pushing Cuba deeper into economic crisis. President Miguel Diaz-Canel said on Friday that his country has opened talks with the U.S. government as the communist-run nation grows increasingly desperate.
Bueno, en primer lugar, hace 3 meses que no entra combustible al país.
No fuel has entered the country for 3 months. Therefore, we are generating electricity during daytime hours with domestic crude in our thermoelectric plants.
Y nuestras termoeléctricas.
3 months without any incoming fuel. Diesel runs out and fuel oil runs out. Therefore, a considerable number of megawatts that we were generating, especially for peak hours and nighttime hours, drop out of that generation system and put the system in a situation of great instability.
Y ponen el sistema en una situación de mucha inestabilidad.
Diaz-Canel said he hoped the negotiations would move the two longtime rivals, quote, away from confrontation. Trump cut off Venezuelan oil shipments to Cuba and threatened to slap tariffs on any country that sells oil to Cuba. It's been that way since the U.S. captured Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, Cuba's most important ally, and removed him from power. Cuba's residents have been living the majority of their days without electricity, and that's on top of rising prices after years of economic crisis.
We're collapsed. We can't stand this situation anymore. I think that if this conversation between Cuba and the United States is to find a better solution and to have a better prepared Cuba with more chances to move forward in this country, because we can't stand it anymore. We can't stand because this situation in Cuba is very difficult.
Trump, in recent weeks, had made a series of statements saying Cuba was on the verge of collapse or eager to make a deal with the United States.
They want to make a deal so badly, you have no idea.
On Monday, he said Cuba may be subject to a friendly takeover, then added, quote, it may not be a friendly takeover. A White House official told Reuters on the condition of anonymity that talks with Cuba were indeed underway, and that Trump has said Cuba's leaders should agree to a deal which he believes, quote, would be very easily made. Diaz-Canel said he was directing the talks for the Cuban side, together with former Cuban President Raul Castro and other officials. He did not say who had participated for the United States, nor did he say when or where they had taken place. Trump has said U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio was involved. Diaz-Canel said the talks were only in their initial stages and that Cuba was willing to continue them.